Every so often in life, I think we can come to a point when what we're doing no longer fits us. It just isn't right for us anymore. I'm at that point right now. My name is Mel, and let me tell you what's going on. In the past 18 months or so, I've made some 500 YouTube videos sharing stories about my personal life and the perspective of a man in his 70s. And as the months rolled on, I found myself caught up in the battle for views, for subscribers, and for attention. And I remember one night when I was seemingly chained to my desk and computer, trying to figure out an editing problem that I had, and also trying to figure out the perfect thumbnail and the perfect title for this video. And I remember saying to myself, what the heck are you doing to yourself anyway? I've now come to realize that I was getting caught up in the performance mode. It became less and less about things that I wanted to say and more about what I worried that people might want to hear. And it became quite the battle. Now, 20 years ago, gosh, it could have been exactly right for me, as I wanted to choose the tallest, the steepest, and the most challenging mountain to climb. Likely, I would have seen winning the YouTube game as the perfect mountain for me. But now, well, after a lot of thought, I'm letting go of the chase. I'm letting go of that do or die battle to the top of Mount Everest, that mountain I call YouTube. Instead, what I'm doing is I'm pitching my tent right here at base camp. Now, could I climb Mount Everest? I suppose maybe I could. But do I want to spend the next several years trying? No, I don't. So here I am. So the polished performer that I tried to be is gone. I'm now just base camp Mel. No more spiky boots, and no more heavy pickaxe, no more lugging around heavy ropes. Just me here at base camp, enjoying the view. And I think I'm gonna like it. I'm not leaving. I'm just changing how I show up. The overly prepared, polished look with B-roll in the videos, that took a lot of time. It took a lot of research. And for sure, it took a lot of editing. And it's not really what I signed up for in the first place. What you see now is just me sitting here sharing my thoughts and ideas with you. There's no fancy editing, no cut-ins, no background music. I guess it's just unfiltered me, for better or worse. The way I see it is I was trying to climb a mountain that just didn't love me back. Now, some people might call that quitting. I don't. But more on that quitting thought in a second. First, let me go into what I'm doing right now. Today, I'm starting a public journal, my journal, sharing my thoughts with you as I go along. Stories of my 75 years that I hope will resonate with you. Now, back to that idea of quitting. For much of my life, I treated the idea of quitting as total failure. And certain phrases still bounce around in my head. Phrases like never, ever, ever quit. And another one that says, why would you stop shoveling when you could be just one shovelful away from the gold? I bet you've had similar thoughts. They sure can keep us trapped, can't they? But truthfully, a changing course isn't always about failure. And sometimes it's just honoring changes that you've made in your life. In that way, quitting can be the most honest thing that you could do. Also, it could be that you just don't want the life that, say, winning the lottery would bring about. Here's the thing. Despite what the society and the world insist that we should all do, the thing that really matters to us is our own happiness and fulfillment. And if the path that we're on isn't providing that, if the path we're on means that happiness and fulfillment is at the end of some long and arduous journey where we're miserable half the time, what's wrong with calling it quits? We all come to those times when what we're doing just stops helping us. It stops rewarding us. It stops giving us the pleasures that we need to live that fulfilling and grateful life. That kind of quitting just can't be failure. What it is alignment. And this YouTube shift that I'm making here at Base Camp is just an example of that. But as clear as this seems to be right now for me, boy, it really felt like an admission that I didn't have what it takes. Like I'd fallen into something that I never signed up for. And maybe that was part of it. But in all honesty, it wasn't just that it was not something that I signed up for. It's also that I don't think that I can sustain it right now. I can't sustain it and still enjoy it. And that's big for me. My goal now is pretty simple. It's to be me, to be present, and be grateful. And hopefully to bring a little light to whomever wants to stop by this base camp. Maybe you're on the way to the summit. If you are, that's great. I'll cheer you on from here. Or maybe you're weary of the climb, and that's fine too. Maybe, like me, you just want to camp out and enjoy the view from here, from where you are right now, and maybe share a little bit of your life. Whatever your path or your goal, life is always a series of pivots. I hope that you'll stop and pivot and say hello. I'm Mel. I'm 75, and I've learned a lot. I've lived a lot, but I'm not done learning and living. If you want to walk and talk with me or sit and talk with me, I'm here, and I'd love the company. Thank you.